it is not an imperative sentence. But then what was the need for me to take up over here is that I wanted to show a contradiction. The contradiction was the sentence begins with what and ends with an exclamation sign. Alright. So usually what we people think that if a sentence begins with what, it has to end with a question mark. No, not necessarily. So it is not a interrogative sentence, which is the next thing that I am going to deal with. Alright. So please do not take up this example, because this example I'll deal with in the next category of sentence, which is the interrogative sentences. So imperative sentences, what gives you a command, a request or a suggestion. And as I said, it can end with a period, it can end with an exclamation sign, or it can end with a question mark. I shall be assigning you assignments with relation to this. Just stay home. So I'll just rub this. Meanwhile, you can take a note. Now coming to the next category of sentence, which is known as interrogative sentence. Now what is this interrogative sentence? You already know it. We have already seen in 8th standard and you have already seen it in previous classes. So just a quick revision before we see to it. So all those sentences which begin with interrogation words. Now what are the interrogation words? General or a few of the words I will tell you. What are those interrogation words? Who, what, why, when, where, how. So these are usually the interrogative words. So all those sentences, most of the times, okay, that begin with these interrogative words are your interrogative sentences. And the biggest quality of all of your interrogative sentences is that they end in a question mark. They end in a question mark. You are asking something. You are questioning something. If I say, where is your notebook? So, where? Okay? I am asking. So, it becomes an interrogative sentence. Okay? Or when I say, how are you? So, how are you again? It is an interrogative sentence. Alright? But the catch over here is, the trick over here is, interrogative words, sentences need not necessarily begin with interrogative words. They will begin with some other words as well. I will explain to you. Before that, just a few examples. You can note them down. For example, if I say, who are you? This is an interrogative sentence. Or I say, when are you going? Again, it becomes an interrogative sentence. Or I say, how are you doing? So it is an interrogative sentence. Or if I say, why are you not studying? So again, it becomes an interrogative sentence. Anything that questions is an interrogative sentence. So these are the interrogative words: who, what, why, when, where, how. Other than this, there are some other set of words which actually make up our sentences or interrogative sentences. So we shall see quickly onto those words now. You can have a note of this. Well, talking about, coming back, as I said, that interrogative sentences are formed with interrogative words, and they usually, not usually, always, they have to end up with a question mark. Well, then there are another set of words which again could be used to ask questions. For example, those words are known as auxiliary verbs, or we also call them helping verbs. Now, I will take up one full session on helping verbs and main verbs. That shall be one of the few coming up lessons, might be second or third lesson. But for the time being, let me explain you what are auxiliary verbs. Now, auxiliary verbs are those words which are something like is, am, are in the present tense. In the past tense, they would be was, were. Okay, these all are actually the form of the word being. Then been, had, has, can, could, may, might, shall, should. I write over here will, would, ought, dare. वो truth and dare खेलते हैं ना, वही वाला dare. So these are some of those set of words which actually could be used to frame interrogative sentences. I'll show you how it could be used. Just meanwhile, you have a note of all these words first of all, which is very necessary. So all the forms of being, that is, am, are, was, were, be. Be is also the other part of the form of the word be, been, had, has, can, could, even have, had, has, have, can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, ought, dare. So that's it. So they are known as the helping verbs, and you can also form interrogative sentences with the help of these helping verbs. Okay, let me tell you how. Let me give you a few examples. Before that, I just request you to have a note of all these words first of all. Alright, coming back. So how to frame? You already have noted, so they are already in your notebook. I'll just rub it so that I can write the examples. It's a little shaky, the base is not that good because I have this, what you can say, mattress down, and because of the mattress, this entire board is a little shaky. So please cooperate with me. It's okay. Yeah. So interrogative sentence means a question mark. Yeah. So in fact, I forgot do, did, done, does. Even all these also are the auxiliary verbs. So how to frame sentence questions with them? Is it raining? Now you see what happened. I did not use the ordinary question word, the how and the why. Okay, where, when, what. I use is it raining? क्या बारिश हो रही है? Is a question. So it becomes a question word. Okay. Do you know शुभम? क्या तुम शुभम को जानते हो? So do. See? Okay. And when I say, are you joking? क्या तुम मजाक कर रहे हो? See, it begins with R. Interrogative sentence beginning with an auxiliary verb. Or when I say, can I have your pen? Okay. Or when you ask me, may I go to drink water? Can, may. You see? So questions can be formed out of this as well. You understand? Right. So we have seen the third type of sentences, which are the interrogative sentences, which end up with a question mark, and they are not only the interrogative words, but they also could be the auxiliary verbs, as I have given. So rest of the words are there with you. You practice out how questions could be framed out of those words. So now after this we go to the fourth part of sentences, or the fourth type of sentences after this, which would be exclamatory sentence. You see, it's a lockdown period and resources are very scarcely available. So whatever resources I have, I'm trying to utilize the best of me such that I prove useful to you. Alright, so make sure that you do not let my efforts go in vain, please. Alright, so the fourth kind of sentence that we are going to have a look into are the exclamatory sentences. Now, what are exclamatory sentences? Let me just brief you about it. One of the characteristics of exclamatory sentences is that they end with an exclamation sign. This is known as the sign of exclamation. So, all the sentences which reveal your emotions, true emotions from heart, okay, they are known as exclamatory sentences. Now, what are those emotions we are talking about? Well, we are talking about when you are happy, we are talking about when you are sad, we are talking about when you are surprised, we are talking about when you are, let's say, excited. Okay, so all these emotions, when they come out, or when you are feeling love, all these emotions, when they come out in their natural form, they become your exclamatory sentences. In fact, to support some of the exclamatory sentences, you also have some exclamatory words. What do you have? You also have, not necessary, but then you also have some exclamatory words. Now, these exclamatory words are basically, you will not find them in Oxford English Dictionary or any dictionary of any edition, but these are just words of expression which come spontaneously. For example, wow. Wow is one such word. You will not find it in dictionary, but then wow, we call it. Okay. Or there is one more word, alas. Alas. When you're sad, to express your sadness, the word is alas. You're playing football, you've won that game, you want to celebrate with your team, and you use the word hurrah. Even this is an exclamation word. There's one more word which we use it very much. I am bowling and I have bowled out the batsman. What do? Yes. Yes. So even this is an exclamatory word. So most of the times they are the exclamatory words. Even words like oh. Oh could be used many places. Oh could be when you are sad. Oh could be when you are happy. Oh could be when you are excited. Right? So all these kind of, and there are other set of exclamatory words as well, which I recommend you find out on your own. What are those exclamatory words? So combination of these emotions and a combination and these exclamatory words, a good combination of these emotions and these exclamatory words make up your exclamatory sentences. Okay, I'll come to that Dr. Mashoor Gulati sentence as well. Okay, I'm leaving you with that clue. I'll come back to that sentences. That sentence particular as well. Okay, so one common example which we generally give to our students. Wow. What a magic. Wow, what a magic. So this becomes your exclamatory sentence. Wow, what a magic. And the sign of exclamation, this is when the sign of exclamation would be placed at both the places. Alright, I hope you already have taken a note of this such that I can erase it and write a few other exclamatory sentences for you. well, we are almost towards the end of our today's class. After this, there is one more category of classification left, so we shall see that. So after exclamatory sentences, in the same, we are coming to some of the few sentences we are going to see. One already I had given. Alas, we lost the match. Okay. Hurrah, we won the match. Alright? Yes, I have done it. When you achieve a sense of, there's a sense of achievement. Yes, I have done it. So these are few examples of exclamatory sentences. And now coming to the same example of Dr. Mashhur Gulati as I was speaking to you of. Generally, what does he do? When he enters into the show with his hands in his pockets and the stethoscope hanging from his neck, he comes and says this sentence. And what is the sentence like? What a beautiful day. Now there's a little confusion. The sentence is starting with what, and I have put an exclamation sign. As a rule, you would say that, sir, if it is starting with word, it is an interrogative word, hence it has to be an interrogative sentence. But it's not about the word, it's about the emotion. Fine? Language is all about emotion. So you need to catch the particular emotion. You need to grasp the emotion that is going through in a sentence. And that will decide what particular kind of sentence is it. So same way over here, what a beautiful day. It is not like, what a beautiful day. No, it's not like that. It is, what a beautiful day. See, emotions. So that is why it is an exclamatory sentence. Is this clear? Yeah. So not necessarily that whatever is beginning with an interrogative word has to be an interrogative sentence. So done with? Fine. So we are dealt with exclamatory sentence, and last, which actually is a part of assertive or declarative sentence, yet again I am trying to take it separate so that you are able to clear it out. The fifth one, which we will call it, which I think it's already in the mind of everybody and I am taking it last. That's why I took it last, because I knew that since you know it already, so better that in the entire video I tell you about certain things which you don't know. What you know is already known to you. So the category 5 are the negative sentence. Negative sentence. Characteristic, they also end with a period kind of sentence. Now what is a negative sentence? Well, anything that opposes an assertion. I told you a very big quality of negative sentence is that it is an assertive sentence in it together, except for the negation. Except for the negation. Okay? And generally most of the negations that we put on, we use the word not for it. Let me give you an assertive sentence for that sake. I am a good singer. Cool? This is a simple assertive sentence. And to make it a negative, I have to use the negation of this sentence. Make it a negative of this sentence using the word not. So the negative sentence of this is going to be something like, I am not a good singer. You see? Right? Well, I have classified negative sentence separately, but then you see in all the 4 types of sentences that I've told you, the assertive sentences, the imperative sentences, the interrogative sentences, and the exclamatory sentences, all can have their individual negative sentences. I'll explain to you how one by one, so you can understand. So wherever there is a negation, it is a it is a negative sentence. I'll explain you one by one. See, I gave an example for assertive and negative. Okay, assertive being into negative. Now I'll just change it. Now I'm going for, let's say, interrogative. Let's say interrogative is, am I a good singer? See, interrogative beginning with am, not usual words, right? Am I a good singer? So the negative or the negation for it would be, am I not a good singer? Am I not a good singer? See? So it becomes negative of an interrogative sentence. Right? See the magic? So negative sentences could be made out of all the four: assertive, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. Now let me just go through another example. I think you have already taken a note of this. Let's say imperative. What is imperative sentence? Command, request, advice, suggestion. You must go to bed now. When it's a command by your parents or someone who's elder to you, generally parents tell us, "Jao, sone jao, go to bed now." So it is an order, command. You must go to bed now. So the negative of this would be, or the negation, you must not go to bed now. See, an imperative changing into a negative. Fine, take a note of this. And the last example is the exclamatory one. So any sentence, whether it is assertive or declarative sentence, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, or even an exclamatory sentence, all of the sentences could very easily be made into negative sentences. So the last of the sentence, and of course the last few minutes of the video, exclamatory. So wow, we won the match. Careful. Yes, you understood it right. How is it possible? Wow, we won the match. Wow, we did not win the match. How is this possible? Wow, we did not win the match. Is this possible? No. That means negation will also be of the exclamatory word used. So instead of wow, the negation of this word wow would be what? Alas. Negation. Now negation का मतलब, as I told you, is जो assertive बोलता है उसका उल्टा. तो one का उल्टा क्या होता है? Lost. Alas, we lost the match. See, there's a change. Okay, change in climax. Alas, we lost the match. Wow, we won the match. Alas, we lost the match. Or second one also could be, alas, we did not win the match. Yes, cool enough? Yes. So it could be used in both the way. So you have also seen, got to know right now over here, that negation on just does not mean only the using of the word not. Negation also means that if a word exists and if you use the antonym of it, then also it becomes a negation. Antonym, synonym, same meaning. Antonym, opposite meaning. So one An antonym of one is lost. So you have used the antonym. So this is how you make a negative sentence. And of course, the same way, the usual way by which we make using not is this. Okay. So I hope, dear students, it is clear to you. Today's lesson on types of sentences. It is just a quick revision. Tomorrow we'll cover upon some other topic. Of course, one of these days I shall be taking up tenses as well, and the lesson on tenses will be split up in different means. So this video, what we have shared today, is just not meant for you. As I said, it is equally meant for all age groups, for all class groups. You have your friends, neighbors in and out, share with them. Maybe your parents, if they are interested to learn English, it's really an honor for me that if I could help them out, make them sit with you, show them this video, share this video with them, ask them to see the video. Might be they can also learn a few more things, and of course it is beneficial for you as well. Not necessary that it has to be our own school students whom we are sharing the video to, because knowledge is something which has to be spread. The more you spread, the more you get. So kindly share this video to as many as people as you can share. And one more thing, we already have a channel of our school, KVSSB Srinagar. I would request all of you, and you request others also, to subscribe to that channel, because I will be uploading all these videos directly onto our school's YouTube channel. Fine. So over you will have an entire collection of YouTube channels over there, and you can see and pay visit anytime, anywhere. And also don't forget to like, subscribe and share to our school's video. It is not my personal, okay, so it is a school's YouTube channel. So do share it, do subscribe to it, do like it. So that brings to the end of our today's lesson. I hope you all are keeping quarantined, you all are keeping safe, stay healthy, eat proper food. मुझे कुछ पेरेंट्स की शिकायतें आ रही हैं कि आप लोग बाहर बेवजह जा रहे हैं. प्लीज ऐसा ना करें. स्टे एट होम. क्वारंटाइन इसलिए है, लॉकडाउन इसलिए ताकि आप घर पे रहें. So on this happy note, we finish off today, and I shall see you up tomorrow for the next video. Till then, bye.